The Honourable Chow Kon Yao, Chief Minister of Penang, Malaysia, Dato Sri Maimunah Muhammad Sharif, Executive Director, UN Habitat, Hajah Rotina binti Muhammad Dai, Director General, National Landscape Department, Malaysia, Professor James Hayter, President, International Federation of Landscape Architects, IFLA, Associate Professor, LAR Dr. Suhardi Maulan, President of the Institute of Landscape Architect, Malaysia, distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good day to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to wish everyone a very warm welcome to the 57th International Federation of Landscape Architects World Congress and World Landscape Architects Summit 2021. I would like to thank our very own National Landscape Department, Ministry of Housing and Local Government, and the Institute of Landscape Architects Malaysia for organizing this assembly of world's landscape architects and policymakers in designing built environment. This event marks the Malaysian government's commitment to global efforts in strengthening the sustainability of development as we all strive to end the COVID-19 pandemic. Going virtual has become a new norm in organizing events, conducting businesses, running the economy, and governing the country. Thus, we should not understate the importance of these meetings of minds. I trust that you will make the most of it in terms of gaining insights, discover constructive suggestions, and establishing new networking. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has caused great disruption to our livelihoods and the economy. Therefore, we must ensure the recovery of our economy while continuing to grow and safeguarding the environment at the same time. This has always been a difficult issue, with competing interests on both sides, one in favor of a more gradual approach, while the other more radical and aggressive. The Malaysian government hopes to strike a fair balance between the two. This pandemic serves as a wake-up call, and Malaysia, just like all other countries badly hit by the COVID-19, needs to rethink or review our development agenda. Sustainable development and landscape architecture play a vital role in driving the nation's development trajectory on a low carbon and climate resilience pathways. Malaysia will continue to support the accelerated actions and transformative pathways of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Malaysia also recognizes the importance of incorporating environmental, social and governance, or ESG, and Sustainable Development Goal, SDGs, principles in our development agenda. This will be reflected in the implementation of the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030, which aims at developing a fair and equitable distribution of resources while closing the gap at all levels. Malaysia has set a long-term development plans in every 5 years, and 2021 marks the first year of our 12th Malaysia Plan. The strategy of safeguarding the environment and green economy serves as an important catalyst for our development agenda, namely economic empowerment, environmental protection, and social re-engineering. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia, like other nations, is deeply concerned about the environment. Rebalancing the relationship between people, nature, and economy has taken on a sense of urgency as humanity's growing impacts on the planet accelerate toward irreversible tipping points. Malaysia has over 60 legislations and regulations governing the protections of wildlife and the environment, health, safety, and welfare of workers, and pollution control. Having strong legislations and rules help to safeguard our environment. We are pleased and honored to inform that we have managed to retain 55% of our rainforest, exceeding 5% of our earlier commitment. We also remain committed to comply with the Paris Agreement on limiting global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees centigrade and reducing carbon emission. The momentum is building, and we will also provide support to future commitments under the 26th UN Climate Change Conference of the Parties, or the COP26. It is important for the entire international community to respect the planet's limits and value our natural resources. In ensuring that these commitments are achieved, Malaysia will continue with the Greening the Nation's policy through the National Landscaping Program, which is in line with the Greening Malaysia's effort with a target to plant 100 million trees. As set out in the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030, Malaysia always strives to place the importance of preservation of our landscape in setting the directions of the country's development. Rest assured that providing quality living environment is our utmost priority for this nation. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as this Congress is a congregation of experts and professionals in designing and landscape, I would like to suggest some guiding policies for adoption to strengthen landscape contributions in the global arena. In the first place, policies and legislations must be strengthened to ensure the effective presence of landscape importance in every development, especially in creating green infrastructure and quality living environment for the benefits of all citizens. Therefore, the landscape architect practices should be governed by a legal framework so that public interest can be protected. The landscape industry needs to be empowered as a contributor of the national economy, as a new catalyst and contributor to generate new economy. Landscape is green infrastructure that a nation must have as a necessity that provides multiple benefits to the people, the environment, and the economy. It facilitates symbiotic relationships and equitable social structure to meet the needs of communities across demographics and abilities. Parks, gardens, and green spaces are healing and restorative outdoor spaces, and we need to understand that all these are matters of public health. The government sees public urban landscape system as a prerequisite towards healthy communities, at the same time one that mitigates climate crisis. Malaysia is embracing this idea where people can grow their food within their vicinity. Relentless efforts in urban farming carried out by the local communities shall continue as we focus on farm to table to help reduce the household burden, especially those living in major towns and cities. Food scarcity and inconsistent food chain supply as a result of the pandemic has also brought along that idea of edible cities and productive landscapes. Both concepts take on the agricultural landscape as part of the modern urban green infrastructure. In this respect, from the house kitchen and edible garden into a more extensive community garden where people can grow their food, we have to start thinking of agricultural landscape as necessary infrastructure across the cities. Landscape planning and design should integrate these aspects of modern agriculture approach into our urban fabric and understanding as an essential component of life. I believe that landscape architects are essential game changers of our future natural and built environments. Therefore, landscape architects need to design regenerative public spaces, meaning Those spaces characterized by capacity for renewal and rejuvenating. Regenerative spaces are dynamic, adaptable, diverse, and multifunctional, and help facilitate symbiotic relationships and equitable social structure to meet the needs of communities across demographics. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today in this special IFLA 2021 event, I wish all landscape architects and other professionals in the built environment to continue showing your professionalism and credibility as stewards of the earth. Together, we are fighting climate change, advocating for responsible urbanization, and supporting advanced technological innovation in protecting our environment. Now is the moment to put the health of the planet before any other human desires. It is time to lead with our conviction that landscape ecology must drive the decision-making process. We are making this improvement not for personal fame or fortune, but for the sake of our shared humanity and the continuity of our very existence. Ministry of Housing and Local Government, National Landscape Department, and the ILAM and IFLA play an important role in nation building. Therefore, achieving this vision will require the contribution of some of the most talented and creative minds in putting into use their skills and knowledge to enhance the quality of living of people. I sincerely hope that this conference can explore new partnerships and collaborations between public, private people, and professional stakeholders, can provide that crucial way of working in solidarity in order to achieve our shared goals. We hope to come together to inspire and engage in ways how landscape architecture can contribute towards environmental, social, and cultural well-being through your creativity, your originality, and your vision that will create a better world to live in and for the next generations. Once again, congratulations to the organizers of the IFLA World 2021 for taking the initiative of holding this conference amid COVID-19 challenges. I wish all of you great success and fruitful deliberations. I want to state here that the Malaysian government welcomes all constructive, inspiring ideas to make this blessed country greener and more sustainable. May God Almighty bless us on our efforts, and with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most righteous, most merciful, I declare the 57th IFLA World Congress and World Landscape Architects Summit 2021 officially open. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. I thank you.